Greetings and welcome to this next installment of DEI in About Five, brought to you by Sweet Ransom Diversity Consulting, and I am Robin Sweet Ransom. All right, I'm so glad you could join me today. I have something I want to talk to you about that maybe some of you have experienced, or maybe you know someone who has, and you've been trying to get them to get out of doubting themselves. And that is the phenomenon known as the imposter syndrome. What am I talking about? Well, if you haven't experienced it, you probably don't know. But if you have, you know what this is all about. Or maybe you're experiencing some of these things, but you never put a label on it. So let's dig into it. So let's talk about silencing this imposter syndrome and convincing yourself that you belong here. All right, so what is it? Well, it's feelings of inadequacy despite your obvious talents and achievements. It's chronic self-doubt. It's not self-doubt just from time to time, but this happens on a regular, if not daily basis, and you feel like you're a fraud. This is usually experienced by high achieving women, and sometimes they're afraid that they'll be found out that they're not as great as everyone thinks that they are. And this feeling is compounded when they make mistakes or they get some constructive criticism. And I like this quote by Einstein. You would think he'd never experienced the imposter syndrome. He says, the exaggerated esteem in which my life's work is held makes me very ill at ease. I feel compelled to think of myself as an involuntary swindler. So no matter who you are, no matter how much you achieve, you can feel this way. In fact, oftentimes this feeling comes when you have achieved a lot. Okay. And so what causes it? Well, it can be societal norms and expectations of you, severe manifestation of self-doubt. And as mentioned, this can often be linked to women when there's a lack of women in high level positions or they work in a male dominated industry. It can also come down to the family dynamics. So if growing up you were labeled or saddled with unhealthy high expectations or being seen as someone who won't achieve much, that this can come up then too. And then also having an unhealthy comparison to your siblings. You should be more like Robin, or you should be more like Brandon, for example, rather than be more like yourself and be the best that you can be. How it shows up, how it affects your mind and your work. So here are some symptoms. So tune in and see if any of these symptoms are those that you're experiencing. And if you're only experiencing one, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have the imposter syndrome, but you might be on the same street. Okay, so symptom number one, feeling like you're a fake. You don't believe that the success that you have is deserved nor earned. Symptom number two, discounting or attributing success to good fortune rather than the hard work that you put in. And then symptom number three, using charm, feeling like your charm has opened doors for you rather than, again, the hard work that you put in. And there are far more descriptors of this symptom. And when you join and partner with me, I will be able to bring this class to you so that you can unpack the syndrome more, understand how you can combat it. And if you're not the one who is experiencing it, how you can help someone else to overcome it. And so when you're the one experiencing it, you want to accept the role in your successes, not act as if you're just a passive passenger in the car. You're the one that's driving the car. You want to meditate on the positive feedback that you have gotten and that you continue to get. You know, we often tune in to the critiques and the criticism, but we tend to ignore and discount the compliments, and that's not healthy. And then talk to someone, a trusted friend, a beloved, a family member, a good coworker, or even get professional help. It is okay to talk about what you are feeling. And remember, you are not an imposter. Imposter. You are not an imposter. You belong here. Okay? And so I want you to meditate on that and embrace who you are fully. And always remember that diversity plus you equals solutions. So join me next time on DEI in about 5. See you soon.